All right, and CNN News 18 also spoke to BJP leader Savio Rodrigues, saying that the BJP government must get serious on the illegal nightclubs that are operating in Goa. This in light of the discussion and time allotment for the discussion on illegal nightclubs in Goa being rejected. Listen to this.
Reports that the opposition was demanding that there should be a discussion on Birch by Romeo Lane. However, the discussion was held, the time was allotted for discussion on 150 years of Vande Mataram. So, how do you see this by decision by the speaker?
I personally think that the Goa government must get serious on the illegal nightclubs that are there in Goa. Reportedly, in 2020, there were only 20 nightclubs. Some of them were legal, some of them were not. But in 2025, there are reportedly 200 nightclubs, and most of them are illegal.
Okay.
Now, even after the Birch nightclub tragedy, the Goa government sealed some of the nightclubs. But for the New Year celebration, some of these nightclubs are open again. So obviously there is collusion between people within the administrative system and people who are running these illegal nightclubs.
Right.
Now, when we had interviewed a former government officer with regards to why these illegal nightclubs were allowed to mushroom, this former government officer told us that the estimated kickback, or hafta as you would call, is between 10 lakhs to 25 lakhs per month per nightclub. Now, if there are 200 nightclubs, which means they are doing almost 20 crore a month, which is 240 crore of hafta or kickbacks in a year.
Right.
This is a serious issue. And I don't think the Goa government has even scratched the surface of the nexus that exists as far as illegality in the illegal nightclubs are concerned.
All right, for more on this, Yasha Kotak is also now joining us live. Yasha, there you have spoken to Mr. Savio Rodrigues as well, saying that there are about 200, perhaps more nightclubs in Goa which are operating, and most of these are illegal. He also mentioned how on New Year's Eve as well, a lot of these were open again. The issue is, how have these sort of illegal establishments mushroomed and have been allowed for so long to operate in such a manner? That being said, there's also this conversation which is very important, which the government does not seem ready to have.
Absolutely. In fact, when we speak of this, while the tragedy at Burj by Romeo Lane had broken out, it was quite obvious that there was a clear nexus for this illegal clubs, pubs, and restaurants to operate. In fact, something that we've heard now from Savio Rodrigues, we've seen several leaders speaking about the same, that there is a clear hafta wasuli that takes place to give permission to some of these. To give permission to some of these nightclubs, and which is where now allegations are being raised pertaining to the question that when it comes to such illegal nightclubs, there should be a clear discussion that should be held. In fact, several opposition leaders also whom we spoke to, they've gone further to state that even if the issue is not listed in the business for the day, they will try to raise. They'll try to raise a motion and try and bring up the discussion on the same.
Right.
Though, of course, there are the leaders have said that it is important to hold the discussion on 150 years of Vande Mataram, but an issue pertaining to Goa is something that needs to be addressed in the assembly. Yes.